Good.
Alright. Hey everybody, welcome to Town. I'm here with Grayson today, and we're
What's up,
going to talk
guys?
about the OP13 leaders now that everybody's been revealed. So let's just start at the beginning here. Red, Green, Luffy. Uh, 2 life, or 2 red, green, 4 life, 5k. 1 Dawn attached. If you have 5 or less active Dawn in your field, you may rest any number of Dawn. Up to 1 leader or Straw Hat type character gets plus 2k for each Dawn. So essentially, you turn your active Dawn into 2ks. Pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, the card's solid. The archetype makes it to where like I wish there was a better payoff, but the leader for sure like seems really
Yeah,
strong on
just
paper.
having free 2ks is just like so good. So like you can, it's like it seems like an odd balance of like wanting to be greedy and like take your life really fast, right? Because like it doesn't really matter how much counter you have, but also like you want to use your Dawn to not go low on life either. So like I could see like worse skilled players like starve themselves by accident, right? By just choosing not to take life and holding up too much Dawn.
It feels like you're like almost rewarded for like going low because of the law blocker, but at the same time, it's like I feel like with like the Sanji and the Zoro, like just beating people down and just like being super healthy to where like when you get to like dropping your big stuff is just like way too
Yeah,
oppressive.
this leader took a little bit to get its support revealed, and so now that we've seen a little bit of the support, it looks a lot better than it initially did because you didn't have a lot of good statted straw hats to defend with your leader effect. So let's just kind of look at the support real fast. So the Sanji that Grayson was mentioning, you just on play, you set 2 Dawn as active, and end of turn, if you're Film or Straw Hat, you get 1 Dawn as active, right? So that's basically all the support is play a well statted body, and then it'll restand Dawn either on play or at end of turn, most of the time. This kind of seems like what they're going for. So this Sanji is like pretty core, right? It's 5/7 vanilla statted, and then this Law is like probably the card that seems to give you the most combo potential, right? 6/6. If you have 1 or less life, it gains blocker, and on play you can return any character to your hand and play a character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand rested, right? So you can get 2 bodies. You can kind of cheat your searcher. So this is definitely a way you can get card advantage. Is like play a Nami searcher turn 1, find Sanji, and then like play the Law, bounce the Nami, play the Sanji, right?
I mean, this card's just solid, right? Like, bouncing a searcher for, like, just, like, a better law effect than we already had before. Like, the only stipulation being, like, if you're not at 1 life, it's, like, kind of weak, but, like, I mean, it's a 6/6 beater still that, like, lets you treat out 2 bodies in 1 turn, and there's no, like, stipulation on that
Yeah,
part. So, like, it's just, like, a solid card, and then if, like, it has blocker, sick, and if not, you just turn it,
yeah.
right? Like, your leader's so tanky, it's probably fine either way. And just, like, late game, it can do,
I
like,
mean, even
whatever.
then,
Like, late game, it can't
yeah. I
just be
mean,
a
even then,
blocker.
it not having the blocker text until you're 1 life, probably most of the time doesn't matter because like if you're gonna play these bodies early, you should swing them anyway, right? So it doesn't really matter if it has a blocker or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
Yeah. For the leader effect, it's
you
only
can
Straw Hat,
only
right?
buff straw hats, yeah. So like, yeah, that's kind of like the bad part about the leader effect.
Yeah. Cause like in my head, the problem I have so far is like, yeah, a lot of like the good cards are Straw Hat already, but then like a lot of the support we're also seeing for the archetype isn't Straw
Yeah,
Hat. So we're like getting like I get why they're printing the cards and like they make sense in the archetype, but then like some of them not actually working with your leader effect feels really
mm-hmm.
bad. But like you probably just don't play you probably just like don't play all the support honestly, but like the Zoro, the Sanji and the Law are like definitely standout cards and the Shanks is probably like good enough.
Yeah. I mean, the change is just good enough because it's just a boss monster that enables your leader effect, right? So like, I don't think you can ask for much more than that. And then yeah, then they also revealed this Uta on the same day, which was like pretty cool. I mean, it's just like a 4/5, and then like you're disincentivized from like swinging into it. You know?
Yeah. I actually don't know how strong this card will end
Mm-hmm.
up being because it's like in my head it's like the Zoro is just
Yeah,
better, right? And then, like, if that's the case, you probably just play like another 4 drop. That's just like a more like solid 4 drop if you're playing another 4 drop. But like, you're probably just like going first deck because of all the like good like cards you would have
Yeah,
for
just like I
first
mean,
now.
just playing this on
Because you'd have
Fire feels good.
Sanji,
Yeah.
Cavendish. Yeah, like you have your Straw Hat Cavendish. You have like your Straw Hat like Cavendish being Sanji, and you have actual Cavendish, and then like we also have 5-drop Luffy. Like we have all these other like good 5-drops already. Like you're probably just like a really solid like going first deck, and then like your going second curve is probably like exactly Zoro.
Yeah. I think the only like other notable thing is that like all the support so far they revealed has the film tag on it, so like maybe you have something cute going with the film package. But honestly, just playing like a Straw Hat Supernova package seems good because just to have more searches for this law because it feels like this law will be like a main combo piece. Right.
Yeah. I mean, I think the strong thing would be like, right, like if we can find a way to like play a searcher that hits like, cause it's film, right?
Film, yeah, the Lost Film Supernova.
Yeah. Like honestly, like playing like the red Luffy we have that's a searcher, and then like playing like
Nami.
probably like a Straw Hat searcher, yeah, just like playing Nami, you probably have like enough search power that you can find all your like pieces
Mm-hmm.
very consistently. Because I think a lot of them dual hit for film Supernova, or film Straw
Yeah, a lot
Hat.
of them are Film Straw Hat. Like yeah, the Sanchi and the Zoro do, and the Strabin, I guess if you want to play it, which is not bad, right? It's just pay 7, freeze an 8.
Which is okay, right? Yeah. Honestly, you might end up playing 9 Shanks in the deck for just like a bomb, right? Just to like clear a
Yeah,
threat you
just a
actually care
searchable
about.
bomb. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, the deck has enough stuff, and like we still have Green Kid. Like you still just have like solid green cards and solid red cards. Like the deck is like the archetype or like color combination isn't lacking on
Yeah.
power. That's for sure.
Alright, let's talk about Ace. Blue, red, 3 life, 6k power. On your opponent's attack once per turn, you can trash a card to give a leader or character minus 2k for the battle. 1 Dawn on him. When you take damage or a character with 6k base power or more is KO'd, draw 1 card. So I mean it's One Piece, right? Like we've seen this so many times that like 6k leaders always have merit. Like, but I think like the main thing to note is like the 6k leaders that were like extremely powerful are the ones that generated cards. Like Whitebeard generated cards, Blue Purple's generating cards. Red Purple Luffy didn't have card advantage, so but it still had its moment being a 6k leader, right?
Yeah, and I think it was more so just like the color combination plus giant is what got it there, and like a low power format.
Exactly.
Whereas like this deck is just like absurd, and all the cards we've seen so far for it are just like insane. Also, it's just like it like being able to like de-brick your hand for free is like so strong in like any deck that can do it
Yeah,
normally.
like getting being able to de-brick as a 6k leader it like seems so like egregious. But then also it like the support that they've shown us so far is like all the cards basically generate cards as well, right? Like the 1-drop gives you a card if you swing when you have 4 or less. This Izo, which works as your leader effect, draws you 2 cards on play. And then in PRB we have the 4/6 Marco that draws 2 cards when it dies. So it draws 3 cards when it dies.
And we have the Yamato.
And then there's this Yamato that they just revealed.
I honestly, I honestly don't know if we end up seeing Haruta C play, just because like 4 seems like such a low number. Like honestly, by the time he's actually doing something, it seems like it's like not like
Probably
realistic.
not, but
Honestly,
like it's just options, right?
like with everything we've seen so far, like he just has such an absurd amount of draw.
And then
Like what, he has 3 characters that just say draw 2
basically
at some point. Yeah. And they're all in archetype, like okay, and they all hit the 6k stat line, so they essentially all say
and this
draw
is only
3.
like the blue half of it, right? Like we haven't gotten to like you can use the old support like the 7-drop ace and stuff like that, right? Like it's just like you have good options, and then like they printed like another like essentially WinCon beater, right? The 6/7 Vista, the double attack that has removal protection.
This card is so good. This card is why like the fact that it's like protection for both for trashing 1 card is like such a cheap like cost, and it is like just a solid stat line double attacker that you can
And
just
then
play
you
on
have
curve.
and you
And
have
it's
double
searchable.
switchers because you have access to like the blue Izo or whatever, right? And the red Izo.
Yeah, your deck is gonna have so much draw power and search power. Like I honestly, no matter I think how this deck ends up like being solved to like be built towards, like either game plan they go towards, like their deck is just gonna be absurdly like
And like
consistent.
I think also like the worst part is like they also have Jambei with counter on it, right? Like
They need it,
they need
man.
it.
It's what,
Two Don
two
to
two Don
yeah,
for
but
jump
otherwise
A?
it's guard point.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, deck a 3K, yeah. And then like then they also printed like a boss monster Whitebeard that it has a blocker, like which is nice to have honestly, and then draw two, trash one, give your leader two Dawn. Like okay.
Yeah, if the deck ends up going towards like the Whitebeard like turbo angle, like this card's actually just like really good for like the 8-drop build with like the like Whitebeard Ace starter deck
Yeah.
stuff that we already have to like cheat out like Whitebeards early. Because it's like I think it's like you pay 8, you make your leader plus 2k for the event, and then you play this, and then my leader's at 10k for like my swing that turn. It's just like okay, yeah, on 8
Yeah.
Dawn, sure man. And if you have Vista behind that, it's just like it's so much value like
Yeah.
for no reason.
And then
Like this deck seems
oh
like
yeah, it seems
insanely
really good.
strong.
Alright, let's finish up the brothers and talk about Red Black Sabo real fast. 5k, Red Black, 5 life. Um, if you have 4 or more life cards, give this leader minus 1k power. If you have a character with 8 cost or more and a Dawn attached to your leader, all of your characters or leader gain plus 1k power on both turns. Right? Dressrosa, Rev Army.
Yeah,
What can you say, right?
yeah. I mean, I honestly can't find anything to complain about this leader. Like this leader does. Like this leader is just like a value engine, but it's just like it's like the starter deck like 3D2Y Luffy, except it's just like so much more like efficient.
Yeah. And you just have way better like methods of getting onto board with access to the 4 cost and 5 cost Ivankov, right? Which is like
Yeah, I guess yeah. Also, the archetype like support that we have for this deck is just so much stronger than what we ever got for
mhm,
3D2Y.
yeah. And then like
This deck
yeah,
just seems
essentially,
absurd.
since it seems like we're going to lose Zoro post rotation. This kind of like seems like the leader to make up for it. But like the nice part is also like not only do you get the plus 1k on your turn and you become 6k or whatever, right? When you get low enough life, but it's also just like the Zoro. You get the plus 1k on their turn, so like you get defensive value out of your leader effect, which is like a nice change of pace from Zoro, where like all your you never could defend those like small bodies very easily.
Yeah, this like it making it to where like it's like an aggro deck, but like you honestly are probably just gonna be more like a mid range like uber value deck, just because like you have like the like plus 1k on both ends. You don't need to like
Yeah, and
race.
like you get access to good value tools like the 8 cost dragon that's like a pseudo Moria, right?
Yeah, Dragon's that card's just so good, and in this deck it's an 8/10, and it's like okay,
Yeah,
yeah
and
man.
then they revealed some cards. I don't know if they're on here. Yeah, it doesn't look like the dragon's on here, but they printed some removal protection like this Ivankov, right? So it makes it easier to get on board. If your Rev army type characters would be KO'd, you can trash this character instead. So you get some removal protection. So it's looking like a good way to, or it's looking like this deck will easily at least stay on board when you need to, right? Because it's the removal protection is so cheap.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the 6 cost dragon
Yeah.
too is like
Yeah.
absurd. Which is a 6/7 that has you can -2 it once per turn to protect your
Yeah,
board
from
from
anything.
anything. And it's just like it's a 6/8 with your leader effect, so it's like even if you do use it and it's sideways, it's still 6/6. So it's just like okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Honestly,
and even
oh
if it
god.
was like a black removal heavy meta, like if they aren't based on original cost, they will have a hard time early game like dealing with your board, so you can kind of aggro out black leaders because you're gonna play like the Rev army support that buffs its own cost to 8, so early game like killing 8s consistently sometimes can be hard.
Yeah. A lot of the actual like support cards we got too make it to where he's not even like a 4k after like the first turn of the
Yeah,
game, which
like
is nice
the
too.
secret.
Yeah, this card's insane. I actually like would be shocked if this card just doesn't become like a black staple because it's just like it's gonna get a
Yeah, so
manga.
like 6/7 blocker, activate main. You could give a character +2 and then give a rested dawn to your leader, which is like it activates your leader effect by itself, and the card will become 8 cost.
Yeah,
Like so nuts. It's a 6/8 blocker on like
yeah. This card's so crazy to me. Like, it's an 8/8 blocker every turn, and then it's like, if I don't need the blocker, I turn it, and if I do, it's just an 8/8 every turn that protects me from, like, taking so
Yeah.
much damage. But then, like, also is, like, with him and Dragon, you're... Like, even if you do nothing on 4 besides play a 4-drop, right? Like, on 6/9 you play him, and then on 8 you play Dragon, and then you play out, like, Red Dragon, your board is still 2 8Ks and a
Yeah.
8/10. Like, and your leader's a 6K for the rest of the game from that point. And it's just like, okay, like what is this? And then you have access to such good like event cards too, because you have
Mhm.
red and black. Like I don't know, this deck just looks like so absurdly like value oriented, but I don't know. I don't know if it beats out the other decks in value because this set just seems like everybody's becoming like a 6K or bigger leader. So
Yeah.
like everybody's just like just insane value decks now, and we're getting to that
Mhm.
point in the game.
I guess also we forgot to look at this for or the secrets for Ace and Luffy. So this is also I think one of the big reasons why like I'm back to being kind of high on Red Green Luffy is this his secret is a 6/7 with double attack. If your leader's multicolored, you on play restand 4 Dawn, which is like okay, like we have a straw hat typed double attacking beater, like pretty good. Like kind of makes me hot, like excited to play Red Green Leafy a little bit.
I just read this card and it's just like, oh, sorry. This card just like reads crazy to me. Like you just like can play it in any multicolor leader that's ever like green. Like even if it's not like searchable in your deck, you're just like, oh, my leader's green. I probably play this card. Like this card's just so
Yeah, and it's
strong.
like yeah, it's so strong. And like the easy example is like playing it in green purple Luffy, right? Like this literally plays itself for free more or less with the leader effect.
Yeah, and the fact that well, it's like it's even better in green purple because it like synergizes so well. Like yeah, I don't know. Like this card's just like so crazy to me. And then like also the fact that like I'm pretty sure unless like the ruling is different, you can like go like Spud and then like restand Dawn and like have the 6 Dawn up and then play this and then restand more Dawn.
Yeah, yeah. It doesn't stop you from playing a 5 cost. Yeah,
Yeah, it's just only
yeah,
after he's resolved. Yeah. Like this, like I don't know, that's so gross to me. It's like, oh yeah, I just like giving GP another extender is just like
yeah.
so strong and like just scary. But like this card is like an extender in every deck that can play
Hmm.
it.
And the yeah, like
I yeah,
it's gross. And then
yeah,
I saw something.
card's just insane. And he has
Yeah,
double attack for
the
some
big thing is because
reason.
he has double attack, right? Which is like wow, why?
Like this card did not need double attack. This card would have been still played at a very high rate with just being like the restand for.
Yeah, and I saw something funny on Twitter. It's
Uh,
like, oh, another Fishman Island target for Vanderdecken.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's Fishman Island, and I was like, why? But I don't watch the show, so I'm just not gonna
Yeah.
question it.
And then we missed out on this ace, so 6/7 blue. If you have 3 or less life cards, this character gains rush, notably not on as part of the on play. On play, give up to 1 Rested Dawn to your leader, then you can return a 5 cost or less to your opponent's hand. If you do, they can play a 4 from their hand. I think like notably, it's nice that this ace doesn't rely on an on play to gain rush like the other aces, so it doesn't feel as bad versus Blackbeard, for example. Yeah,
Yeah, this card just like reads like strong, right? Like it has natural rush. The effect is like just good, and it's all optional for like the up twos. So like you don't have to force the 5-drop. It's like if it's not a good matchup for it. But like this card's just like so good. Like also just having natural rush again. Like I feel like we're just getting more and more like natural rush characters
yeah,
like lately, and it's just like, they're just like they're always solid as long as Blackbeard's like a playable leader. Like having natural rush is like always a
yeah,
big
for sure.
upside. This card also just has like an insane stat line for like being a card that's like rush and removal on play, and then like also you can swing into your opponent's board
Yeah, and
after.
also like giving the Dawn, like in the ace specifically, like getting to go on 6, swing for 7 and 7 at anything you want, like that on its own is just so powerful, right?
7 and 7 and possibly remove a 5-drop is just like, yeah man, you got it.
So good.
Like I don't, all the secrets of set just seem very absurdly like
They're
high
high
power.
power and they're like relatively generic too, right? Like which is like kind of like a nice change. Like
Yeah, them not being like archetype locked
mhm,
is very nice, I will
yeah.
say. like even like I was talking to one of my locals last night. Like even I think like the like Black Sabo might just become like a black staple card for like decks that have like an awkward 6 on turn. Like this is just a strong
Yeah, you
play.
just put a six, like an 8/7 blocker. Like, can't complain, right?
You play an Enchantment blocker, your leader gets to swing 6. Like okay, like I could see this deck. I could see this card being played in Lucci.
Mhm.
And like honestly, like back during like if we had it back during like the format where like everybody was playing Lucci and it was like Jack Mirrors with
Mhm.
Gecko, like this card honestly would probably be like the mirror
Yeah,
breaker.
it would be pretty strong. Like, yeah,
Like I don't know. It's like this card's so like I don't know. All the secrets are just nuts. So
yeah.
which is like nice. I'm glad I don't like sit there and I open my Dressrosa Luffy and cry this time.
Bro, you can play it in Samo.
Yay!
All right, let's talk about Goldie Roger. I feel like at this point people have talked about this leader enough, but so 7K, red purple, 5 life. If you have any Dawn on your field, give one Dawn card that would be added during your Dawn phase to your leader. So until you hit 10, you really only get to ramp one extra Dawn. And then if you have 9 or less Dawn on your field, give this leader minus 2k power. Right? So the goal of the deck is to hit 9, 10 Dawn quickly, abuse 7k leader, right? We talked about 6k leaders being good. This is, you inevitably hit 7k and bigger number, better better things, right?
This is 7K except my color combination lets me play all the buffs to my leader, so my leader is permanently never actually going to be 7K. He's always going to be 1K or 2K
Yeah.
bigger. Ugh, this is just Shanks. This is actually just Shanks. Every time I read this leader, I'm just like, oh yeah, Shanks is back.
Yeah,
Yippee!
it's just funny because like it's so high power for doing something so simple as like, okay, just ramp to 10, right? Ramp to 10. It doesn't really matter what you play after because like needing to attach 2 Dawn to your leader to get a poke like is so crazy, and not to mention that he's base 5 life, right? So like it's not easy to kill a 5 life leader. Like
Unless they just like
yeah,
brick.
it's not easy to kill them like fast enough for him to like not hit 10 Dawn, right? Like you have to specifically be like Bellow or they hit the brick, right? It was like, oh.
Yeah, and like the other thing too is like I was thinking about it earlier. I was just like now with like all the modular cards we're getting, like he got the Rayleigh card, which is like just a solid like anti-aggro
Yeah.
card. Like this card just literally makes it to where like you don't lose the Rayleigh matchup on like just straight up. Card says you beat Red
Yeah.
Rayleigh every time. Like I like all the modular cards we're getting just like make this deck like so much stronger than
It
it
gets its
already was gonna
own
be.
zero cost that's searchable. Like,
Yeah, I actually don't know how much I like that card honestly. Like
it's fine.
it makes sense, but like also I feel like you would honestly just play the like actual Divine Departure
Well, I mean, if you're
almost.
just looking for a zero cost event, right, to like pitch bricks, it's like, yeah, at least you have an archetype searchable one. I think this,
I guess it depends if we're playing Searcher or not. I guess it's like what really matters is how you're building the deck. But like if you're not building it with like the Roger Pirate Searcher, I could see a world where you actually just play like the actual
yeah.
Divine Departure. Because it does actually just like answer the threat the
Mhm.
turn it comes down. Which is probably like I feel like that's what matters like with this deck, right? Is like it's just gonna be like you probably just like ramp, play curve, and then like when you can, just like if you can clear a threat and like just like the next turn you're like playing big guy for the rest of the game, like
Yeah.
it matters.
So notably, this deck builder doesn't have all the support, but like one of my concerns about the deck was that so like your curve looks like, so like if you go first, it looks like one, and then you only have 2 Dawn that you can play, and one's attached to your leader, and then you go to 3 Dawn, right? Or no, 4 Dawn. Yeah. So then you have, and then so you go 1, 2, 4, right? With one attached to your leader on the 2 and 4 turns. So like my concern was like not having an easily accessible 2 cost ramp. And so it's not here in the deck builder, but they did print a 2 cost 2k buggy that's searchable that ramps arrested on play. So that way you can get back on curve. Which is like,
Why is it a 2K,
yeah, why is it a
man?
2k?
Actually, why is it a 2K?
Yeah, and then like the rest of the support is like all searchable ramps, right? And like some of them also like have like useful effects, like why is this guy clear 3Ks off board? You know, like
When attacking, not even like once, like well, not even like one time. It's just like yeah, if he sticks, he just
Yeah,
does
and
it
then
every
like this
time.
like we get a 5/6 blocker that also ramps. Like, okay.
This card's just like solid. Like as long as like this like archetype is in rotation, I would just not be shocked if like every purple deck starts running this card in like addition to Bonclay, and like your lineup becomes like Bonclay Odin, because like this just replaces Queen as like the 5/6 blocker, except it also helps you in mid game.
And,
Like yeah,
then,
I don't know.
Because you're red purple, you get access to like like really good defensive tools and the fucking 9-mom, right? Assuming he doesn't get hit this weekend, and you can play 10 cost Shinx and you can play 10 cost Roger, right? Like, yeah, really like absurd like top end that like helps with your 7k leader.
We're not talking about the best
Yeah,
top.
and then like also you just have the in archetype top end 10-13. Your leader's affected, the effects of your characters without a type including Roger Pirates are negated. On play -3. Your leader gets plus 2k, so you go to 9k base, and then you give all your opponent's characters minus 2k power, so you, until the end of their turn, it's like impossible to kill this guy, you know, like if he gets there.
Yeah, but like on top of this too, we also still just have Kata. Like we have so many like degenerate cards in the archetype or like in the color combination that are just like already ban-worthy cards, and it's like if they don't get hit, like they just stick around and just like are more problematic in this
like,
deck.
I think we had talked about it in a different video about like printing purple like defensive pieces gets harder while like blue purple is still in the game, but like printing purple defensive pieces while Roger's still in the game like seems like a not fun thing to do. Let's just go with that.
If they're leader locked, it's like kind of okay, but if they're like if we ever get like an unrestricted giant, like this game's just dead on the spot.
Dude, Roger Giant, yeah, this is the only nice thing so far is that there's not a clear way for Roger to easily draw cards, so like, but I mean, getting to 7k is like drawing 2 cards every turn on its own, right? So.
Yeah, as I say, and if your leader's buffed, it's like even more value. And then like we have the, I mean, it's not. I think I need to find the post to confirm it. If I'll find it, I'll put in the link for the, like the description. But supposedly, like the 8-cost Roger promo that got leaked is like gonna be the pre-release card, which is just an 8/10 on play. If you or your opponent has 10 Dawn, my leader gets plus 2k. So then it's like we're just like, oh yeah, we'll just give him 8 in archetype buff my leader cards.
It's like, why?
And then like, why? Why did you do this? And then like also this is all Whitebeard. Like we have so many cards that just say make my leader plus 2k. And then like also you can just play like 7 kid. If you end up like if we end up like not playing towards 10 drop and we play towards like a Kata like Dawn minus build, then like 7 kid is just absurd. Like I don't know. This deck just seems like it has so much potential based off like what build you go with. And it's just like it's literally just brain dead Shanks. Like this deck is just I draw Bunkley, I win game.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard.
I'm not looking forward to this.
We'll see how good it is. I'm hopeful, but like it's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, even if the deck's like not like crazy good, it'll just be like the frustrating deck to play against no matter what.
Alright, let's talk about Bonnie before we talk about the newest reveal. So 5k yellow, 5 life. Your turn once per turn, this effect can be activated when you play a character with trigger. Give up to 2 rested Dawn cards to your leader or one of your characters, right? So just like tempoing trigger bodies to, and also swinging good numbers, right? It's like definitely the most like unimpressive leader, but I think like it's the one that's like honestly like one of the most solid, just because like they printed this card.
I think between her and Red Black Sabo, I'm like looking at them as like I'm just like the king of consistency decks, and like what I do is like very basic, but it's just like very efficient.
And like the thing about for me is like this Bonnie card is like, or this Bonnie leader with this Bonnie card like just seems so good, just because like you're just always pressuring 7, they get low, and then like you curve into this thing, and it's just like okay, like 9-10. If your leader's egghead, it gets rush. Then your opponent rips the top card of their life on play, like. Okay, it's not fun. Yeah, it's just reject on a rusher. I don't understand why. Right. Like if the curve goes well and like you don't have a lot of counter for against this Bonnie or like have a way to control her board, like, and she just like you might just die on 9 Dawn. Like
the biggest thing too is the Stussy they got like leaked yesterday. It's just a 7-cost play of 5 or less with trigger. Yeah. So then you're like, oh, okay, yeah, so you spit out 2 bodies last turn, and then now you're playing this on me. And it's like, at the worst, your numbers are like, I think it's like what? Because she's a 7K, this is a 10K, your leader's gonna be a 7, and then you have a 6K from whatever 5 drop you play. So it's like, yeah, I'll just spew some bodies on the board and just hit you for like insanely like good numbers on a 9
Yeah,
dawn
and
turn.
the Stussies. Oh,
With
sorry,
like, ugh. I was gonna say with just like 0 dawn allocation, besides like your leader effect, you just hit such like strong numbers into like any
yeah,
format.
and the Stussy is also egghead searchable. So and like they got this Lilith and the other 3-cost Lilith that we had before to search egghead type cards, right? Like this Lilith searches trigger, and the other one searches egghead. So like you also still have consistency pieces too to like make sure you hit your top end.
I'm curious if they play the Lilith. Or wait, are you talking about the 3
Yeah, the
drop
3-drop
Lilith?
Lilith because it searches all the egghead cards.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I would be kind of shocked if they don't play Dareshi as
Yeah, I
well,
can see
honestly.
that as well, but I think like the main thing is like you just want to hit
It
characters.
might be too
You Yeah, you
slow
just want to play
though.
characters, right?
Yeah,
No.
but I just want to curve out. But yeah, like I was just thinking, like your deck has so much consistency options. Like you have Dareshi, you have this, you have the 3-drop Searcher, and then like on top of that, you also have like 5-cost Vegapunk, which I'm pretty sure
I
is
think
playable in
the
the deck
five
too.
cost Vegapunk is locked to Vegapunk, isn't it? Let's see, Vega.
Is he?
Oh no, you have to play scientists. That's it. Which is like fine. Like
Yeah.
it's like some of the scientists have trigger that you can play and are egghead searchable, so it's like okay.
I would be interested to see if they actually like ended up making it towards like building towards like playing scientist so you can like use it with Stussy. Because like they're all good targets for your
Yeah.
Stussy too. Like they're all strong targets, and if you just play the like if you get to go like Stussy Vegapunk Scientist, like your
Mhm.
turn's insane. Like I don't know. In my head, like it makes sense to like build towards Scientist, honestly.
Yeah, like cause there's some pretty good targets here with trigger too. Like you have like control options with like this Gastino, and then you have York.
And you just
Yeah, like
curve
you just
out on
curve
people,
out,
right?
right?
And then like you have we also get another Searcher
Yeah,
playing
you
this
get the
build.
yeah, pretty good.
Yeah. And then also we also have that card, which is just guard point in archetype if you actually needed it. I don't think your deck would even need it, but like you could if
Mhm.
you wanted to. Like I don't know. In my head, it's just like, oh yeah, this is just like aggro Vegapunk, and we just say screw healing. I'm just gonna sit here and be a 5 life leader that beats you in every turn for big
Big
number.
number, good player.
And yeah.
Uh,
Anyways, reject again. Shake my
exactly.
hand. The fact that there's no stipulation on it is so crazy to
Yeah, the
me.
body.
Because at least with reject, it was like you had to be at 1 life. Yeah, with the Bonnie, it's just like, yeah, no stipulation. Like, yeah, you can just have reject if you want it.
It's just so good.
It's so
It's doing
it's so
similar numbers to
gross.
when Reject Kato is
It's
a thing too, right? Because like if they're at 1 life, no blockers, it's just like okay, like
yeah.
pay 9, rip it, and then you can put the 2 Dawn on the big body, so it swings for 12. Whereas Reject Kato was what you have 6 Dawn left, you swing for 12.
Uh, it was. I think it was swing for. Well, no, this is actually better technically because it swings for 13 if you're at
Yeah, it
10,
swings for
right?
13 if you're at 10, but like on 9, it swings for 12. Like Reject Kata swung for 12 exactly, and that doesn't include if they're a 5k leader that your leader swings for one more card.
Yeah. I guess also they had Amaru. I guess was the
Yeah,
difference
but
though. Because you would go like Amaru rest blocker. Like still though, the card is like they just hit such like strong numbers if there is
yeah,
0 life already. And like the fact that you can chain this card and there's like that's what I'm saying though. There's no stipulation on like chaining this card is what's like
yeah,
wild
that's
to me.
yeah.
Like it is like the fact that it's like oh yeah, it isn't only if they're at 1 life. It's just every time you play it. So it's just like oh yeah, you're at 3 life. Okay, I start turning my board every turn and I play double Bonnie on you. You shake my
Yeah, because
hand.
like you can just like use the first one to like clear board, like and not give them the extra card. So then and then like the second one is like when you actually make the lethal push too, depending on their life. It's like holy, it's not fun.
Or you just turn face of them twice because like you're playing an aggro deck that played 2 blockers off your Stussy the
Yeah,
turn before. I don't know. If you're playing Scientist build, you also could just wall people for so long in like the first 2 turns. Like if you go first, you're just like, yeah, I'll go Lilith into like double 5-drop blocker into like Stussy 5-drop blocker. And I'm like, yeah, I have 3 blockers on board, and then the rest of the game I'm playing Bonnies on you.
yeah.
Have fun. Like this deck just yeah, I don't know. This deck just seems really annoying. I mean, that's like kind of the theme of the set, though. It seems every deck is either absurd value or just like extremely
Mhm.
annoying to play against.
All right, let's talk about the last leader reveal. We're so excited for Sharingan, man. Holy moly! All right, so Emus, 4 life, black. We don't know the attribute or the type. I'm assuming it's gonna stay that way. Under the rules of this game, you cannot include events with cost 2 or more in your deck. So you can only play 1 cost events or 0 cost. Also, at the start of the game, you may play up to 1 Mary Joie type stage from your deck. So notably, this is not the stage that we had already. Was it this? Where it's saying that you can play the type stage. So you can play this, or you can play the new stage that's in the set, which we'll cover in a sec. And
Stage is such a
and
good
then
card.
so there's a second line of text also. Activate main once per turn. You can trash a Celestial Dragon type character from your board or 1 card from your hand. Draw 1 card. Right, so you get the Sokka cycle effect, basically. But you can also go plus if you have Celestial Dragons that you need to kill off on board. Yeah, I mean,
Gosh, this card is
yeah.
so gross.
So I guess before we get into it, let's just talk about the stage that they want to play and the support, because they all kind of works together to really evaluate the leader. So the stage that they want you to play is this, the Empty Throne. If you have 19 or more cards in your trash, this leader gets plus 1k power. You may rest this stage on 3 of your Dawn, play up to 1 black 5 Elders type character with a cost equal to or less than your Dawn from your hand. Right, so you basically you can cheat out any of your dudes for 3 Dawn, more or less, right? And the stage costs 7, which is why they want you to play it with the leader effect. So let's just start with the boss monster, and then we'll get into the rest. Look at the Judge reprint. Be happy with it. It's 10-12. Activate main. If your leader's Emu, you can rest a Dawn and trash a card from your hand. You trash all characters on your board, then you play up to 5 Elders type characters with different names and 5,000 power from your trash. Right? So basically, what they want you to do is play it for 3 with stage, and then pay the 1 and pop it immediately. That's what they want you to do. And so let's look at the Elders. They all read very similar for the first line of text, and they're all 5k base power and just varying costs. So we'll just kind of talk about the effect, right? Saint Ethan Baron the 5th, Dos Juro. If you have 7 or more cards in your trash, this character cannot be removed by your opponent's effects. That's the line of text they all share. This one specifically also gains Rush if you meet the condition. When attacking, if you have 10 or more cards in your trash, give 1 of your opponent's characters minus 2k. This one just has the plain protection effect. On play, look at the top 5, grab a 5 Elders type character, bottom deck the rest, right? So you get a Searcher as well. This one has 1k counter, the other one had 1k counter. The second one, Saint Shepherd Jupiter, basic protection effect, it's 2k counter. If you have 7 or more cards in your trash, your 5 Elders base power becomes 7,000 on your turn, right? So you turn them all into 7ks. Another 1k counter. Protection effect, this one will gain blocker if you meet the condition. On KO, you draw a card. And then this one also gains blocker if you meet the condition with 1k counter. You may trash 1 card from your hand, KO up to 1 character with a base cost of 5 or less on play. Right, so essentially you just say Avengers Assemble and you summon a board of 5 7ks if you set up your trash correctly.
I love my pinata.
Like the deck, you just see it like you're just playing to live to hit this 10 cost and go off, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know. This is like, I like specifically the Ichiji just like reads crazy to me.
This guy.
You're like we have Ichiji that's like recurable, and then like also you can play 2 the turn you play your Pinata combo, which is insane. So like that like seems gross to me because like you can go like Searcher, grab him, and then like pop Searcher with leader effect, draw an extra card after you've already like plus 5, and you're like, okay, I'll play another Rusher, and then I'll swing 7/7 at your face and -4 something. And then on top of that, you still have 2 blockers for the
Yeah.
next turn, and you kill a 5 cost. It's just like,
And then
why?
your blocker also
Why?
draws you a card too, so it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
This like just seems like if I get the resolve combo, I win game
basically right. Like
almost.
you probably will very rarely resolve two of these things, but yeah, like resolving the one just seems so strong on its own, right? If you resolve two, you must be in a good spot.
You resolve 2 and you're not winning. Like something had to have been like they had to have like
Yeah,
the nuts that either have playing like Roger and they're just
it's crazy
yeah.
that
I live
it's crazy that
forever.
all of these have counter as well. So like it's easy, like you have an accessible way to get them into your trash, right? Like not a single one of the five elders is a brick.
Yeah, of course, man.
Yeah,
Why
and
would
then
they?
like if you need help with your consistency pieces, they got two one cost searchers that look at the top three. You grab a celestial dragon and then you trash the rest, right? And it's nice that one of them is a body, so
Saints
you
is
can play it, grab something, and then trash the
uh
body to get another card. Like
it's so gross. Pay 1, put 4 cards in trash on turn 1 is so good.
it's pretty powerful. Yeah. And then they also printed some mirror tech, so like you a modular event. It's +4, so you're definitely gonna play this at 3 to 4 copies, right? Because you're a 4 life leader, so you do need to worry about getting aggroed out. So like you get like a convenient +4K counter, and then in the mirror, this KOs a stage. It KOs a 7 cost stage, right? So nice, very cool.
Yeah, this crush is funny, but like it's just literally radical beam at the end of the day, which is like also crazy. At least it's leader locked though, which I guess is
Yeah, I
nice.
guess like might as well. Yeah, like
And
this
then we
leader
have
seems
the
like is definitely. I'll put it with Roger in like the terms of like yeah, like you just play like a very simple game plan, right? Like you're just trying to hit 10, so you can play your win cons. But it's also like your in between turns are so flexible because the stage lets you just play some of the five elders for 3, and then like you can use the extra dot to swing with, hold up your defensive event, right? Or like if you hit like 8 or 9, or like you can like play one of them for 3 and then play another of them for their full cost, right? Like it's just
yeah.
you get so much flex.
And like once you have the base power guy on board, like you just like you're so ahead for the rest of the game.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like just everything's a 7 for the rest of the game. And then we also have the other counter event that they gave us, which is
Oh yeah,
really good.
you get +3 on counter, but you can rest 6 on total. If the only characters on your field are celestial dragons, you KO a base 6. Like, okay.
Just solid. Like yeah, deck did not need this.
Yeah. Like, the deck seems solid.
It's also crazy. It's also crazy because it hits every one of the secrets we're getting this set, which is
Oh
funny.
yeah. Like why, bro? Oh my god.
Yeah, like this. Like I don't know how much wiggle room the deck's actually gonna have, which is like the only thing I'm like concerned about is like if the deck is like too
Mhm.
rigid, because like you're essentially like out of the box, right? Like you're playing 4 of each elder, you're playing 4 of the 5 elders card, you're playing 4/4 on the searcher. Like you already have like a 36 card deck, like just
Yeah.
going into it. Or 32 card deck, and then like you're playing 4 and 4 on the events, so yeah, like 40 cards out of your deck without the stage are like
Mhm.
automatically like
Yeah, I didn't
consumed.
mention this.
So it's just
Sorry,
like,
I also didn't mention this, but
huh?
um the effect of the leader to play the stage also happens before you mull and shuffle, right? So like you shuffle with a 49 card deck, and so it's that's also like an interesting point to bring up.
Yeah, like I'm gonna be very like interested on how this deck actually ends
Hmm.
up doing. But like on paper, it's just like in archetype is like so strong already, and you can't really do much else besides like value bodies. Like I know we were talking about yesterday, like playing like possibly like Men Sherry, so you make sure you don't
Yeah,
deck out. And then like Tempest Kick is probably just like good, right? Like it is just a free cycle card, and like you're already playing a 49 card deck, so like filling your trash and cycling just seems like
yeah,
strong enough.
and like also like this deck seems like it'll get a lot of value out of the Cobra blocker that Lucci's been playing recently, or sometimes, where like
Well, we have the new one now.
Yeah,
That's a
they revealed
Celestial
one today.
Dragon.
That's a Celestial Dragon too. It's just like, okay, like we're getting cheap
Yeah, they have
walkers,
an
trash
archetype
build.
Cobra.
Yeah, yeah. It'll be curious to see how many extra slots you have to play flex cards for sure, and seeing like what you need because so far the popping power is in base cost and like reduction doesn't really matter. So maybe you just play better like value blockers or value bodies, and it's also like a question of how many stage that you need to play because like in the mirror like you'll definitely maybe want to have one or two extra copies just because it's kind of important, but it also like you could do some like funny tech in the mirror where you play the other stage so you can play your five elders because they're all celestial dragons for one less on curve, right? And just be like more of a beatdown deck in the mirror.
Yeah, I mean the main problem though is like you're not really. The problem is like the stage that we got is so like good that like it doesn't really cheat them out much faster than like just playing them for like the 3 cost.
Yeah, but yeah, it definitely doesn't. But like the stage is one time, and if you lose it, right, it kind of sucks. So like if they feel like
Yeah,
they can't
yeah.
pay two to kill your one cost stage, and then like you get away with playing the searcher and the blocker for three like two times in a row and swing good numbers, like it might be good enough, right? Because also like if the stage doesn't get removed, you can still
Yeah, I
combo
mean,
with your Elders card because it'll cost nine. Yeah,
oh yeah,
yeah.
true. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's honestly just depends on how many people are playing the
Mhm.
deck. The mirror's probably gonna be insufferable no matter what, unless like your tech cards are like
Yeah.
super for the mirror, which is probably like
Yeah,
not the
it's funny
play.
that like the black decks continue to
But
counter like the removal based black decks again because this guy like every single body has removal protection, so it doesn't matter. Like you can't play.
oh yeah, like this deck literally makes Lucci unplayable. Like this deck would just
Like
always
if
win.
Lucci wasn't already like in a bad spot with Blackbeard and Buggy, like now you also have this. Like how many more?
Yeah, I don't know. And we have like Roger on the way, which is just like a purple deck that like will just naturally have a strong like Lucci matchup because they can just play tech if they need to if
Mhm.
Lucci's ever relevant. Like yeah, I don't know. Like this, ugh. Like Lucci's yeah, I mean Lucci's just dead, but
Yeah.
we already knew that.
Yeah, so I guess let's cap it off with where do you feel all the leaders are power wise to each other? Like, I think this, I think just to start off, I feel like every one of these leaders is playable like tier two, like on its own, like just face value. Maybe that's just me. Like I feel like
I
it's
think
like I feel like maybe Bonnie to me is the worst, right? And even then, like I feel like it's very strong against most of the leaders that we play already, right?
I feel like this is a big like jump set from power level
Mm-hmm.
like point of view, and like honestly, like I don't feel like because like compared to normal like sets, like where
Two
you have
leaders, one
like
leader.
2 to 3 like pack
Yeah.
filler leaders that are like just like garbage bulk. I'm never touching you. Like this feels like every leader is like meta relevant, and like the weakest in my eyes is probably gonna be red green.
Mm-hmm.
Like honestly, I think Bonnie might just be stronger than red green, and even then, like it's still a good leader, and like it could just be like a deck that needs to be solved. Like, but like that's like the thing though. All of these decks, like if like there's like a like cracked build for them, are they just
Yeah.
like broken though? Like I don't. I wouldn't be shocked to see any of these decks as tier one or like top three in a format. Besides like maybe
Mm-hmm.
red green and Bonnie. But like even then, like they're all just like solid. Like all like the like red green like red black Sabo, red green Luffy, and just like Bonnie are all like three like solid like I like curve out and I just like do my game plan well. And then like the other three feel like more like gimmicky, like I have like a certain game plan I want to go
Yeah.
for decks.
No, for sure.
But like they're all like insanely strong, like at what
Mm-hmm.
they want to do.
I think so far for me it's just like yeah, mostly same thoughts. I think for me like Ace feels like the most solid. Like it doesn't really matter what happens. Like the leader effect plus all the cards drawing cards, like you'll get there and like it'll be good enough. So like I'm to me I feel like Ace is probably the best. But then like Roger and Emu, like both of these like Emu I'm less sure of just because the four life monocolor actually it does seem kind of like an issue, but I'm sure if I watch some games and like see how fast everybody can even get there, and if emo can get to 10 Dawn like easily and consistently play like a 3-4 body 10 cost, right? Then this deck is like easily like top three of these leaders. Yeah,
Probably like top
it's
three.
probably easily top
Yeah.
three in the game if it's consistent, you know. And then
Yeah.
Rogers, like for sure, like
I will.
there's no thinking, right? Like you get hit 7K, you just play like five turns. Don't think about it.
Oh yeah, I mean this deck is like the lowest the deck will probably ever see play going forward, like post release, is like tier 1.5. He's like literally just replacing
Hmm.
Shanks in the meta. As like I am always good and like my game plan is very basic and I'm just like super flexible to like tech out for whatever
Yeah,
meta we're in. And as long as like the red purple cards I have are good, like my deck is like broken. But like I have to see Emu in like action, and honestly, my biggest thing is like you're only a 7K on your turn, on your opponent's turn you're 5K
hmm,
again. So like my biggest like thing is just like unless your hand like if your hand's big it doesn't matter, right? But like if your hand isn't huge, then like I have the concern of like okay, well like my opponent poked me down early and now they have one. I played my Elder combo and I didn't really do enough, and then like they just aggro down my
hmm.
board, and then like if I don't have the second Elder I
Yeah,
just like lose.
I can see that.
Like the deck seems like strong, but like it's definitely like all in. It's like all inning on like the 5 Elder basically being like an
Hmm.
auto win card, which is kind of concerning. But I mean, we'll see. I also don't like. I have not tested this deck at all, besides like thinking about like the like lines for it. So like we have to see how fast it actually is, honestly, and consistency. It like
Yeah,
matters a ton.
no, for sure. All right.
But I'm really happy with
Yeah,
this
the
set,
sets.
honestly. Like from a like from a card design point of view, I'm like very happy with
Yeah,
this format.
it seems like a fun set to play, honestly.
Like I would be very shocked if a lot of people don't come back to the game who are like not interested right now, or like we don't get like a bunch of new players because of this format.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, let's call it there. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Bye.